watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Tony. Tony, 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 Tony. 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 Tony, 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 Tony.
Tony.
Tony. You know, Tony.
Tony.
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker. Tony Walker, everybody. Stand up, Tony. Where are you? Tony Walker.
but I really like comedy.
Forget about it.
Tony is a wonderful guy. Tony is wonderful. Tony is wonderful. Tony is a wonderful guy.
Tony, Tony, pup, Tony, Tony, pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, 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 Tony. Pup, pup, pup. Tony, 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 pup. Tony, pup. Tony, 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 pup, 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 pup. Tony, Tony. Tony, Tony.
Hi. Whoops. Hello. What's wrong? Am I in? Hello?
Are you not on?
You're on.
I'm on? Okay, that's
I'm
good.
not on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show with Tony Walker.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Hello. Wow, that was weird. Okay. I'm going to blame my son because my son does a podcast in here for free. So last week I said to him, hey, look, I come in here all the time to run your podcast. You and your co-host, you're going to clean this room. So they vacuum, they clean the filters.
That's great.
They dusted over here. At least I hope they did.
But you think he touched your board?
Excuse me? My board.
Yes. Control panel.
I think he hit that button.
You think?
Yes.
Couldn't have been you.
No, why would it be me?
Of course not.
You see how you guys see all the time my expertise.
Yes.
Which is why I need a sign like this.
Turn the sound on.
Because I forget to turn the sound on half the time. Hi. Hey, Diane is here.
Yay. Sorry about last week. Couldn't be avoided.
We missed you. The show was not the same.
I'm sorry.
And I tell you that all the time.
You do. I don't really believe you, but it's okay.
Especially lately, though, I tell you that, because you must be sick of me by now.
No.
I think we've seen each other pretty almost every day.
Most days this week we did.
Yeah, which is, a dream come true for me. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am fully prepared today. I have all of our segments. I have everything all set. Good. Starting with...
I have lightning bolts in front of my eyes. By
Still?
the way, if I look googly, yeah, it's all. The sun got in my eyes, I guess, and I can't shake it.
I'm surprised. It usually is gone by now. Yeah.
It's all over the place.
I don't know.
It's okay.
Should I turn the lights down low?
No, it's fine.
And I'll sing some Barry White. She's like, please no, please no.
I'll be fine.
I am starting right off the bat with our new segment called Living Will. Because, Diane Fogarty, McCardle, I am going to say something nice about you. Diane Fogarty McCardle, help me out this week, big time. I've been complaining. I complained to you guys about my car last week. Thousands of dollars worth of work was needed for this damn thing when I only had it for a year and a half. And I still owe money on the damn car, which I kind of got screwed, basically. But, and I don't, I live in Hicksville. I have a very modest life. I don't have a ton of money. And I owed $7,500 still on this car, and that's a lot of freaking money. And I mentioned to you guys, and I even showed, do I still have the pictures? I do. I took these. First thing I did, I sent them to Romeo, because the first thing I did when I realized.
Oh, is that me at work? Oh my
yes,
God!
Yeah,
and then
yeah. And then we went for a test drive with my piece of garbage, I said, I thought I told you. No?
I knew you took the picture in the car.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you took a picture at
Oh,
the
okay.
desk.
Oh, I immediately, you're working, and I'm texting Rusiello. I'm like, look where I am. And he got all mad and jealous. But yeah, so at first I'm like, fuck, I got to fix this car, spend all this money on a car that,
And then they told you that might not be the fix, right? They wouldn't know for sure.
might not be the fix. And if it is the fix, there's no guarantee that the fix is going to hold, that it could happen again.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I know.
I was bent. But then once I calmed down a little bit, all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to go see Diane. And I did. I showed up unannounced and interrupted her and took up her time and then spent the next 4 or 5 days with her because she hooked me up immediately. There was no call me back later or not right now. It was like treated like a VIP from the very second I walked in the door. Had all the dots, all the I's dotted, the T's crossed, like everything was just like one after another. All right, here's this, here's that. We got this, we got to do this. Okay, this is done. I don't think I ever got a car so fast and so easy in my life.
Listen, he's.
I
giving me
am
way
not
too much
exaggerating
credit.
anything.
No, you are.
This is exactly how it went.
I was there because that's where I work. So I'm
Right.
there all the time. And yes, you showed up. And so, but really, I really didn't do anything except say, let's appraise your car, see what it's worth, have our mechanic run the codes and see if it really is something that's going to be
But you made it all
expensive.
happen immediately.
Well, and I'll give you that because, but that was just a matter of I'm at work a lot. I work with a lot of people, and I have really, really good relationships with the people.
Which was very obvious.
I work with, and so when I ask for something, I typically get it. But that's because when they ask me, I do for them. But really, I didn't really do anything myself. Like just except say, let's appraise your car, which that part I did, and then have my manager look at it the next day. And then I told you to go online and look and see if there were any cars you were interested in.
Right.
Then you came the next day and we did some test drives, which was fun. You picked the one you wanted, and then, and we went from there. It wasn't, I will tell you though, you came in yesterday to pick up the car, and I don't know how long you were there, but less than an hour probably, right? There were people that were there in the morning, probably 2 hours before you got there, that were still there almost to 7 o'clock at night.
That's
and
what I
thought,
mean.
oh my God, these poor people. And I know it sucks sometimes, but yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
It's exactly what I mean.
I wasn't going to let that happen to
It
you.
was like, there was no waiting. It was just, okay, I walk in, okay, we got this. This paperwork is ready. This is done, and we need this.
Sign
we
this,
need this
sign that, boop, boop, boop. Let's go put the plates on it. Boop,
Right.
boop, boop.
That's what I'm saying. I'm used to, if you go to a dealer, that you're waiting for a while, and you have to kind of finagle the car, and what you want, what you don't want, or and John, all right. You know what?
Yeah, let's talk to him.
Okay.
It's okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tony. Listen, I don't want to burst your bubble, but Diane called me with all this fiasco these couple of days, and she said, Jesus Christ, will you get this guy out of my hair? I'm going to get him a car. He's getting to be such a pain in the ass.
I believe it.
And I said, calm down, Diane. He's a good guy. He's a little bit nervous because he has no car. Please try to help him out.
Yes, that's exactly how it went down.
So this is why.
I'm lying, Tony.
No, really?
Yes, I am totally.
He said,
lying.
help my friend out.
Did you expect anything different with Diane assistance and kindness?
No.
She is the greatest.
Yes.
I wish that would happen. I wish she would have called me up, because I would have called you up and said, listen, go to Cararama.
Carvana. No, don't go to Carvana.
See, she has so much loyalty and love for you, and that's what you do.
That's what I do. I had nothing to do with it. What are you talking about?
Well, you would have sent me somewhere else. That's not very loyal.
Of course. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. What are you bothering the poor girl for? All right? But that's okay. Listen, she did it with love. She's our girl, and she's amazing.
Yeah.
Look, he's sharing me now. It's an hour.
He's trying to take business away, and
That.
he's sharing
I love
you.
it. That's great.
Wow.
Listen, I would have told you to get a moped.
Well, he made himself laugh on that one. I wish I could just get a wheel on my leg. I could have just lift the left leg and then just or get a rocket attachment. That would be better.
Oh my God.
Listen, have a great show, guys. Love you. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye bye.
I meant to say because he had a doctor's appointment the other day.
He
and I
loves
hope it
you.
went well.
He loves you. Let me tell you what. He actually texted me this morning to
Oh, really?
thank me for helping his friend Tony, who he loves so much. Oh, it was so sweet.
Well, he did. He texted me this morning too, and he said, he goes, "Look, I don't mean to pry." He says, "But did Diane, take care of you?" And I went on and on. In fact, I'll even.
You don't have to. It's embarrassing because I really didn't do all that much.
You did plenty, and
No.
Like I said, yeah, paperwork was always ready, and this was always set, and I didn't have to wait at all for anything.
And now you're a Subaru driver,
Now I'm
which
a
really
Subaru
makes
driver.
me happy because I love the brand. I'm
I-
just a
I-
huge
yeah.
fan of the brand.
I did some research, and yeah, was reading how all these wonderful things, and you, of course, told me some wonderful things.
Super safe, and if you're a sucky driver, you're not going to die if you hit something.
But you did. You treated me like a VIP. Some of the other.
You're a VIP.
Well, yeah, Frank said that to me. Diane told me to make sure that you're taken care of. Henry told me the same thing.
Oh, I went to Henry and I said, Henry, because I will tell you, car dealerships and they have a really bad reputation.
Yes.
And I will
Yes.
tell you, listen, we're in business to make money and everybody wants
Of
to make
course,
money.
everybody
and
is,
so
right.
any way you can do that. And I will tell you that Henry is really good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to Henry and I said, this is a close personal friend of mine. And he looked up and he said, what do you want me to do? And I said, I'm not telling you don't make money. I'm telling you that he's a really good personal friend of mine and don't super smash him.
Right. Well, and he did. And he had so many wonderful things to say about you. When honest, when I was sitting there signing the financial papers, I'll be honest. I started the conversation. I said something about, I owe Diane. She really hooked me up here. And then he just, that's all, I think that's all I said. And he did. He went on and on.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's sweet.
And you could see it there, I mean, we were joking, like you grabbed the one girl and you're like, who runs this place? She's like, you do. But you can still see it,
I'm like the class mom is really what
Yes.
I am there.
Well, that's one thing Henry said. He goes, I've had some of the best food. He actually grabbed something like that. He goes, I've had some of the best food of my life because Diane brings it into work. But see, and that's the thing. So you took great care of me. The car is great. Going through a sucky situation where I'm basically, eating a few $1,000s, I don't think anybody could have made that a sucky situation
Less painful.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, it's so not unusual. We deal with that every day. And some
Really?
people in way worse
Yeah.
situation than that. And I know, you were flipped on that car, a few thousand. But there's really no easy way out. So let's just, get out of it, get you, because the goal is to get you into something that's reliable and, that you can afford.
And that was another thing I saw when checking out, Subaru on the Google, known for their customer satisfaction. And yeah, I mean, I got you guys threw in some good perks when I got this car, which definitely, again, made the situation a hell of a lot better. So I do have to get through I'm still pushing the thousands that I'm eating. I still pushing that aside. Right.
It's never going to go. That's just, it is
But,
what it is.
However, yeah, I do think this is kind of a blessing in disguise. It's a great car. It's a Subaru Forester. It rides really well. Again, you got me some nice perks to go with it, which definitely made this easier. And then this may sound stupid, but it has a CD player, and that
Does
made
it
my
really?
yeah.
I have an entire bag of CDs in the trunk of my car that I got from a dear friend who passed away, and his wife gave me the CDs because she knew I would like them because we used to talk about music all the time. And And I saved some for my mom, and because she still has a CD player. My
Yeah.
sister said to me this week, my mom's birthday is next week, her 90th.
Right.
And she said we should get her like another car, a newer car, but she really only uses it back and forth, and it's in pretty good shape. I said the big problem is going to be finding one with a CD player.
Yep.
Because she loves, and she's got one of those, she can put 5 in at a time, and
Right.
so I don't really see that happening.
The car I had, it didn't
I
have.
didn't even realize it had a CD. I love
I
that.
didn't know either.
I love
So
that.
the last car I had, I actually bought a portable thing and had it, plugged into the auxiliary, just so I can play my CDs.
We didn't even know.
Didn't even know. I left the dealership yesterday with my car. What is that, Farm?
Yeah, Farm Lane.
Made the right onto Lee Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as I made the right, I don't know. I just happened to
Happened to
notice
look there.
the little
I'm like,
slit.
oh!
I see, and I don't know if Fremder's watching, but yes, I said slit. Calm down. So when I saw that, I'm also, I'm trying to, get used to the car, figure it out. Plus, I'm driving without the left foot pedal.
Do they
so-
know about the pedal thing? I don't know
Well-
if they know about the pedal thing.
Yeah. So, So I'm trying to figure it out, and so I see the slit. I'm like, no way. And then I look, and there's the eject button right next to it. I'm like,
Oh, great! I'm so happy.
so I am blasting the Who right now in my car.
That's great.
That really just was like the icing on the cake. I was like,
It was meant
Oh.
to be.
so yeah, the left foot pedal is I don't know if I've ever talked about it really, but you guys know obviously with the leg, can't drive, it's the right leg, so I can't use the pedals with the right leg. So there's a contraption. It's called left foot pedals. It's basically so you put it's like a gas pedal. It's on the other side of the brake,
It's a modification.
but where the clutch would be.
Yeah.
And then it has a little bar that runs along the floor, and then it comes up, and it actually so as I'm hitting this, the bar
So
is
it
now
has an
hitting the gas
attachment
pedal.
that's attached to the actual gas pedal on the right,
Right.
and then a bar that runs across attached to a pedal on the left. And when you hit the left pedal, it pushes the gas down.
Right.
And it's funny.
You described it much better
I
than
had
me.
to test drive the car to appraise it,
Right.
and he said to me what it was, and I'm looking at it going, wait a minute. I needed to think. And then he says, you think you're going to be okay? I go, yeah, let's give it a shot. And then there was at one point where we went, and I had to put my arm back and
Yes.
hold him back like an infant in
Thanks,
the
Mom.
next seat. I'm like, okay, all right, I got it. But yeah, so we have to get you your pedal back.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I've driven trucks and stuff with the left foot, and it's fine. It'll be no problem. But yeah, so I just want to say thank you.
Welcome.
Got you a card, and like I said, even everybody at the dealership, it's who you are. And it's appreciated. It's you're a great friend. In all seriousness, I know I get stupid in here and I say perverted, silly things, but you're a great friend, and I appreciate you in here all the time. If I could afford to pay somebody, I would ask you to be in here every day. Nobody's ever said a bad word about you.
When I
It's just-
retire, I may be here every day. We'll see.
we'll take it.
But I'm grateful I have this job and this opportunity. I'll tell you, I was a stay-at-home mom for years and years and years, did some part-time jobs, worked for Disney,
Right.
and worked in the school district when
Right.
my kids were little, so I'd have the same days and off and time off, and then, but never really was the breadwinner in any capacity, and then
Right.
did music for a long time. But 10 years ago, it's going to be 10 years in October, I went for that job. I had never in my life made more than $14,000 in a year.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't, I did work, I was a bank manager, believe it or not, back in the 80s, but that was not a high paying job.
Really?
I was an assistant manager for Long Island Savings Bank. I was only 21 years old. And it was not a high paying job, like I said. But I mean, at the time, I think I started at like $4.25 an hour, which boggles my mind now. But,
Yeah, right.
I got this job, and it was an opportunity, and it was one of those, we pay you a little tiny bit, but you have an opportunity to make commission, and I really needed more money than that, but I took the opportunity instead of trying to find a $10 an hour, whatever. So I struggled for a while, and I will tell you, though my income is multiplied exponentially since then, and I love the people I work with. I love the company. It's VIP Auto Group. VIP Auto Group. We have Levittown Ford, Grand Prix Subaru, South Shore Subaru, Huntington Volvo, Westbury Jeep, Garden
Oh.
City Jeep, Merrick Jeep, Westbury Alfa Romeo, and Paramus Chevrolet.
Oh, wow.
So those are all in our auto group, and it's a family business that's just kind of grown leaps and bounds since even in the 10 years since I've been there.
No
But
kidding. Oh, wow.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. So if you need a car, call me.
You will not be
Message me.
disappointed.
You can reach
yeah.
me on Facebook.
And again, the Subaru, again, they took super care of me. And again, you just go on Google and look it up. It wasn't. It's not. You don't need the personal connection. They'll take good care of you. I'm still amazed at the little perks and things that came with this. Again, just took a shitty situation and really made it a blessing in disguise. I really. It's starting to sink in that I think I'm really going to enjoy this car.
I hope so.
Completely, a hell of a lot more than what I had. So
Everything happens for a reason.
Yes,
It'll be
absolutely.
good.
So that's my living will this week. So I just want to say
Aw,
thank you.
thank
No,
you
really,
so much.
It's really appreciated very much. So that's that. Let's see what's going on in the comments here. Ann is watching. Hello, Ann. Hello, Tony, and beautiful Diane. She says.
Hi.
Ann, hope you're feeling well. Mickey's watching, of course. Hi, Mickey. Everybody's just saying hi to each other. Okay. Truer words are never spoken from your mouth, Tony. I know, Romeo.
Aww.
I know it. I know it. Now, all right. So now it's weird because we saw each other so much the past few days. We were basically talking a lot like we do in here. So like.
So we
I asked you how your gig
I feel
was
like we
and
have a
stuff.
lot to talk about. I just want to make fun of you for a minute.
Okay.
And you know what this is, but I can't help myself because it was a red flag for me. So when he came in the first day to the dealership and he explained the situation, and I said, "Let's go out and appraise your car." And the first thing I see when I walk up behind the car is the sticker on the back from the dealer that he got the car from a year and a half ago.
Yes.
That says Lemon Auto Sales. Vehicles with appeal. And all I could think, I did a double take, and I didn't really say anything in that moment because I knew he was really kind of feeling bad, and I didn't want to make
you can
fun
pick on me anytime.
in that moment. But later on I said, Tony, wasn't that a red flag? Lemon Auto Sales. I can't even believe that was a real thing.
He would fix the cars up. He would take these lemons.
I'm sure he did.
Well, this wasn't some.
No, this was not a bad car.
No.
Actually, I mean, listen, that car it's fine. And you know what? It had 115,000 miles on it. And
Yeah.
things happen to cars with 115,000 miles on it. There's just no way around it, and you can't always predict it.
True.
So, but I'm just making fun because who names their auto dealership Lemon Auto Sales?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Even if that's your last name, no.
And it's not.
Don't use your last name. No. What was that? I don't know. I just felt like I would just never go there. I don't know.
Well, he was. It has. The icing on the cake here is that the place has closed,
Yeah, it's no longer there.
but closed not because of bad sales or bad cars. It's because Starbucks contacted him and said, "We'd like to buy
Gave
your
him
property."
a ton of money for the property, so
And
he
he's
owned
like,
the
"Oh,
property,
yeah."
and that's where all the money is. That's
Right.
how I didn't even know McDonald's. That's where they make all their money is in real estate.
Yes.
Because they're one of the only companies that they own the properties their
Yeah.
stores are on.
Right.
Their franchises are on. So yeah, that's really a real estate company, McDonald's.
And it's actually here. These guys
Unbelievable.
own this property, this little piece of this parking
That's
lot. Yeah.
awesome. That's great.
Yeah. So so that's why he's out of business because Starbucks showed up at his door.
Then I don't blame him.
But his name is Greg. He's a high school friend.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I've known him actually since junior high. I met him. We actually met. He lived a few blocks away from us.
Okay.
One day he was walking to school. He was passing our house. I had already left. My mother was still home getting ready for work. He gets hit by a car right in front of our house. So my mother went down there and just kind of hung out with him. She said, like, there's a little bit of shock going on. What did he break? I think he broke his arm or his leg. I think it was his arm that he broke from getting hit. And it was like maybe a week later or something, he showed up with flowers for my mother to thank her.
Nice.
And I had seen him around, but I didn't know him. But that's how we
you
met.
hooked up.
And yeah, he's his father owned like half of Hicksville.
Wow.
So he inherited a lot of that stuff. Yeah, he didn't earn it. You know, he grew up.
Stop.
If he was sitting there, I'd be saying that to him. We have that kind of relationship.
Good.
He's a great guy. But yeah, so he had the dealership, and yeah, when Starbucks offered, he was like, okay.
All right.
So I was. He said he was going to retire. He lives up on the North Shore of Huntington.
Oh, bougie. Boo. Ah. Nice.
But yeah, I think he was retired for like 2 months, and already he's like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
So I haven't talked to him in a few months, but
I just don't know what I would do with myself if I didn't work.
right.
You know, but I still like it. If I hated it, it might be a different thing, but I don't.
love the downtime, but to do it, you know what it is? I mean, with all the leg stuff, when there were times I went months where I was just in bed
doing nothing. Yeah.
On 2 different occasions, I went a year without driving. And I was like, I think that's kind of made me better or made me worse, however you look at it. But I have a hard time
keeps
just
you going. No, that's good.
I
Yeah.
think maybe I could do a week of just hanging around, popping in the CDs and watching a Met game. But after that, I was like, all right, I got to do something.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And yeah, you're even more so.
Yeah. I mean, we take vacations. 5 days really is my maximum.
Yeah.
I got to get back.
Yes.
You know, so.
And so based on what we were talking about, and you mentioned your mom who's turning 90 next week, you get it from her
next month.
next
the
month.
end of May.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
May
That's
20
right.
May 29th. You're
29th.
the 28th?
I'm 28.
Yep.
You're August 28th.
I am.
And mom is May 29th.
May 29th.
All right, I got to try and remember that.
Yes.
But we were just talking, I think it was actually just yesterday we were talking about her, and you were saying what a ball of energy she is.
She is a ball of energy.
God bless her.
She
That's
is.
fantastic.
And she loves those Mets, and they're making her so happy, and I love them so much for making her so happy. I do. It just makes me love them so much more because when I watch, I know. I mean, we just constantly, we talk about her in the third person. We go, oh, Dolores is happy now. You know, and it's great.
Did you guys watch that last night?
I did not watch it last night, but the first thing I did was check, and I wanted to, but I got home from work late. We had dinner late, you know, and then we're flipping through, and in comes another Inglourious Bastards, which is one of those movies where once I can't stop.
Yep.
So we didn't see, and then this morning I Googled, and I said, thank God. So now they have the best record in baseball, along with exactly the same as the Dodgers and what is it? San Diego is the other team.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh my God, so exciting!
They almost blew it. The bottom and the top of the ninth.
They always almost blew.
Oh, it was it.
That's nothing new.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, W's a W. That's all that counts. But man, it was close.
My sister might be watching because she just texted me, "Go, Mom! LFGM. Let's fucking go, Mets."
Right. Yeah.
So, are you watching? Text me. Tell me if you're watching.
Nice. And I hope you're.
She's in Florida.
Right.
She's in between jobs. She actually starts a new job. She has to go in this afternoon, and then she starts on Thursday. So
doing what?
She might be home watching. She's gonna just be working in a pool supply store for
that's
now.
cool.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they're kind of semi-retired, you know, but they, like us, need to do something.
Right.
So.
And that's cool because
she's loving Florida life.
Really,
I'm happy about. You know, a little sad, but still happy about it. And we text every single morning.
Nice.
So it's almost like she's here.
Oh, that's cool.
You know,
that's great.
Cool. I'm watching. She's
she
watching.
is?
Say
Wow.
hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Cool.
Glad you're enjoying Florida, and glad you didn't take your sister with you.
No, I just go to visit. That's
Right.
fine.
And yeah, and she's probably going to visit you a lot because then it's actually an excuse to see John.
It's an excuse to see John, and Anthony loves it. So there's that, you know. So he knows that it makes it better for me if she's there. So
when you said you worked late, does he work a lot too?
Yeah, and
he'll wait for you for dinner. What a
works.
guy!
So last night he cooked.
Oh,
we used to work together, right?
Right.
Same dealership, and now, but he's at different. Spends his time at 2 different dealerships, and so. Yes, he typically works late. Last night he got home before me. He was home before I even left. I didn't leave till about 8:15.
Wow.
So we had some prime rib left over, and he put it in a pan with some gravy and, heated it up. And so it was ready when I went home. I know.
Good
It's
man.
nice. I have it good.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, smart man though. He knows what he's got. He's got
He
to.
does.
He's got to maintain that.
Good, and he does a good job of it. It's
Yeah,
good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, except when he gives people the finger. I said that. Were you standing there when I think you were when you? Yeah, I think it was you. You introduced me to Frank, his son.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, I've met your father. You gave me the finger.
You did. You did say that, and I'm sure he wasn't surprised. I'm sure.
Nice kid. Nice.
He's
kid.
a nice kid, and he's got 3 boys. Frank's the middle one. And Frank, I will say, is like the more straight and narrow one.
The more normal one.
Well, you know what? It's hard to. I can't really say that because the younger one is he's quiet, very sweet, and the older brothers, and then the oldest one is the most like Anthony, total wise ass. But funny as all heck. So,
I can see why you two are together.
Three very different.
Well, yeah.
Dynamic personalities.
That's me and my brother. We're
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
different. Yeah, I could totally see why you and Anthony are together. I met him once, and he's just one of those guys where you feel like you've known him forever. You just instant conversation, and you're just going off.
I mean, and I think that was one of the things for both of us is that we don't need babysitters. I don't need somebody that's standing next to me all the time, and he doesn't either. And so we can go into a room of strangers, and he can go that way, and I can go that way, and we're both okay with it. You know?
Sure.
I mean, we'll do our thing, and
he gets to go home with you. That's it.
but we don't have to be like right next to each other all the time. Different conversations, different things we interested, and so and that's kind. There's no jealousy, no I need you to be standing next to me kind of thing. I don't need to babysit him. He doesn't need to babysit me, and it's fine. So
And when you do end up next to each other, it makes it all that more
exactly
cooler.
It's great. Yep.
Very nice. He's a lucky man.
He is.
Kenny Friedberger's watching. He says, hey, Tony and Diane. John Rusiello, unlike me, I'm very happy sitting on my fat ass every day and watching Dawn walk out the door going to work. Yeah, I still can't figure that out, how he landed that.
She's pretty amazing.
She's way too good for him.
And she's like just a ball of sunshine, She's,
Oh, yeah.
That smile, and
Yep.
she's so happy all the time.
Completely.
She's great.
Completely. All right, we're going to do some Tuesday trivia in a little while. Let's see. What do I have? Oh, so I have our other segment, Guess Who This Is?
Oh.
Hey, Fremder wasn't watching yesterday. And, yeah, he hasn't been there yet today.
Where is he?
I don't know.
One more thing I
Yeah,
just
sure.
wanted to say, because I was thinking about it on the way here.
Yeah.
So your wife had to come in and, sign some paperwork and stuff.
Right.
She reminds me, and I kept thinking to myself, who does she remind me of? Like, there was an actress, and I just couldn't place her, and there are 2.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious, because I have a few also. I'm
Okay,
curious.
so for me, she's a cross between Michelle Monaghan. Do you know who this is?
No.
So she's an actress. Look her up.
Yeah.
She was recently on a show, Bad Monkey, with Vince Vaughn, Netflix series, and she did a movie. Michelle Monaghan.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
And Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy.
Ooh, I love Ellen Pompeo.
I think she reminds me of both of them. I couldn't really
that's
pick
a good mix.
which one. You're lucky.
Oh, I know it.
I know.
Oh.
It was bugging me when and yesterday she came in real quick. She had her sunglasses on and she just like kind of made a cameo and shot out the door.
Right.
And I was like, who? I couldn't place it, and it took me a little while to think about who
Yep.
it was. So I just wanted to tell you that.
The sunglasses.
To remind you how lucky you
Well,
are.
believe me, I know. I'll have to try to remember to
Okay.
bring in some wedding pictures. I mean, she was just, when we got married 26 years ago?
Don't get this wrong.
No, this year will be 27 years. 1998, yeah. I mean, I'm biased because she's my wife, but man, just a stunning bride. I still sometimes look at a picture and I'm like, holy
What the
cow.
heck, right? No, that's great.
Ellen Pompeo. I've never seen a single second of Grey's Anatomy.
I was not. I saw some episodes in passing, but I was never a
But she's in a movie
dedicated watcher.
before Grey's Anatomy. She was in a movie with Dustin Hoffman and the Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a great movie. But she was just a delight. I remember watching this for the first time and immediately, like, well, who is that?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
You,
right.
Like you have a type, and that's
Yes.
Yeah.
I always thought the way Meg Ryan looks in When Harry Met Sally. The hair's a different color.
Oh yes.
But it's almost like
know.
a similar style.
So
but
beautiful.
Lisa and I just said her name.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. Sorry.
Yes.
Brain fart. They have
Yes.
the same shade of blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks just like her. And then somebody, I see it sometimes. Somebody had said to me she looks like Megan Fox.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I see that a little bit.
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
it's kind of that type.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was something about the mouth and so I immediately thought of Michelle Monaghan and I knew her name was Michelle and I couldn't, it took me a little while. I had to Google the movies that the last movie I remember her being in. And then, then I remembered who she was. And then, Ellen Pompeo came to me too. I'm like, yeah,
Nice.
she looks like both of them.
Yeah.
A bit of both of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just like John. I don't know. I don't know what I did, but there she is. She's elegant and she's a professional. She's a pediatric physical therapist.
Wow.
And who's the husband?
This goofball.
Yeah, exactly. Tits. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to do that, but well, thank you though. Thank you. Yeah, those are some pretty women that you just showed me. So yeah, that's cool. All right, we're gonna do another installment of Who Is This?
Oh.
So I'm gonna show Diane pictures of famous people before they were famous, and we're all gonna guess who they are. Starting with this one. Bam. Very well-known actor. A lot of people think that's Jimi Hendrix because Jimi Hendrix was also in the service, but this is not Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, is that I know who it is, and I just can't.
Yes,
think
you do.
I do. Why am I drawing a blank in his name? He's got that voice.
If I'm not mistaken, he's in one of your favorite movies.
He is.
Yes.
He's in Shawshank.
There you go.
I
All right,
know.
you get credit then.
I just can't think of his name right now.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, of
Yep,
course.
that's Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
All right, this one I'm gonna guess you won't get.
Looks like Dawn Rusiello,
It does kind of look like Dawn Rusiello now that you say it.
but it's not.
No,
right?
it's not. No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get. In fact, I was actually quite shocked, and then it makes me kind of wonder about surgeries in Hollywood. This is Renee Zellweger.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm telling you. I know. I couldn't believe it either. It looked.
Yeah.
My first
I
thought
don't
was,
see it at all.
what's her name? She was on Newhart, not the Bob Newhart show, the second one with the my brother Larry, my other brother Larry.
Yeah. Larry, and Larry.
Right.
Larry, and Larry.
She was on that show. She was, I think, his daughter-in-law or something. Julia Duffy. That's does that
Okay.
you know? Who,
Yeah,
I don't.
I
Yeah,
know who
that's
that
who I
is.
thought that was at first.
Yeah.
All right, this next one, a little hard to get, but I think once I say it, you'll see it. You want me to zoom in on that? Let's see here.
It looks like too old a picture to be Matt Damon, but it looks.
Oh, good guess. It actually does look like him a little bit,
But
but
it's
yes,
too old.
You
a
are correct.
picture
It's too
to
old.
be him. So I don't know. Robert Redford.
No, definitely not
Okay.
a household name, but definitely not like Matt Damon, Robert Redford type. He's not. I'll tell you this. I think he's been bald pretty much the whole time he's been famous, and he's been famous for quite a while now. I don't know if that helps you, but
I don't know.
that's Kelsey Grammer.
Oh.
Now
I
you
do
see it, right?
I
Yes.
do see it.
Once I realized who it was, I
do
totally
see
saw
it.
it, but I didn't see it at first.
Yes.
This next one I think might be kind of easy. But again, it makes me worry about Hollywood because here she looks totally normal. She looks cute. And now I don't know what she's done to herself.
These are hard today.
Oh, really? I thought for
me.
sure you would get this one.
I mean, she looks familiar, but I just don't know who she is.
That's Ariana Grande.
Oh, wow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I really start like.
No, I wouldn't
she's-
have. Oh my God.
She looks anorexic thin now. It's almost scary. Like
is scary.
Yeah, like here. That's what I'm saying. She looks cute and normal.
Yeah.
And it really makes you wonder, like, why do they mess with themselves? They look fine the way they are.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a people pleasing. They think that that's what people want to see, and so they, and we all do it to a degree. I
To a
guess.
degree, yeah.
But when you're under that much, scrutiny, I guess.
Right. You want to stay on top.
I mean,
yeah.
she's a beautiful girl.
Right.
I mean, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. She's beautiful. But
all
I
right.
definitely, wow.
All right.
Holy
so
cow.
This next one, I think you might get this one. You look at his face, it might come to you, maybe.
Oh, it's Bruce Willis.
There you go. That is correct. That is Bruce Willis.
Okay.
All right. Now calm down with this next one. Just try to take it easy. Yeah, I don't know. You might just be too distracted to guess who that is.
Jason Momoa?
That is Jason Momoa. Very good. All right. Who's this?
This is. I mean, I want to say, but I think I'm wrong. I want to say Julianne Moore, or
Very close, but no, it's not Julianne Moore.
no, I can't. I know you're going to say it, and I'm going to say,
Yeah, it's another famous redhead. That's Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I don't see Nicole Kidman in that picture. That's interesting.
Yeah, and that
Okay,
seems to be the
cool.
theme all of a sudden,
Yeah.
that all the Hollywood surgeries. This one I think you'll get.
Christopher Walken.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
This one I don't think you'll get. And he's not really known to be to be cut like this, but
Oh,
Stanley Tucci. Oh,
Yeah.
very, very
Stanley
impressive.
Tucci's one of my favorite
Oh,
actors.
he is a great actor.
I love him.
Yeah. This surprised me, though, because I never knew him to look like that.
No,
Yeah,
never
so-
ripped like that.
Very,
Nope.
yeah, very surprised when I saw that. All right, now this last one I think you'll get.
Oh, that's me.
Black eye and all.
That's me. Yes.
There she is. Yeah, and since I'm sorry, sister's name is Debbie.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, since she's watching, we should talk about that black eye that she gave you.
She didn't give it to me. But she's got a little fist in that photo, so it looks like she did. It
does
was
kinda
just
look like-
perfectly staged.
All right, so now I have more photos to show, but now I'm switching gears. So you and your sister graduated in 84?
Yes.
So 84, my brother graduated in 85. So we're kind of at the time when we were all, during that time when some of us may have peaked, but just around the time of graduation. So I found this article of what certain people look like in 1985. Just 40 years ago, what they look like. So I thought this was actually kind of funny because some of these pictures are funny, like this one. Look at the hair on Cher.
I know, but God, she was beautiful to me. She's I like, quirky, good looks, and I just think, and that hair was just, that was 80s.
That was in, yeah.
She was always making a statement. It
Yes,
wasn't necessarily in for the average person, but she was Cher.
Yeah.
Yep,
you're absolutely right about
Still
that.
is. Crazy.
Look at that
George
mess.
Clooney.
Yeah, look at that mess.
Now I remember him like that because he was on the
Facts of Life. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he was on, and then he grew this out even
ER.
more.
And then he was on
before
ER.
ER, he was on Roseanne.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I remember him on Facts of Life, but Roseanne was really started to notice him, but the hair always drove me nuts. You getting yelled at about the black eye?
No.
I'll give you another one if you keep talking about it.
Well, she's telling me Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie. Oh, did she think Nicole Kidman
What about
was,
Little House on the Prairie?
Did she think Nicole Kidman was Melissa Gilbert?
don't know. She'll tell us.
Oh, okay.
She'll tell us.
This next one is
Jason Bateman.
Yep.
Yeah, which he basically looks exactly the same.
Pretty much. Yeah. When I
Right?
think he's
I
our age.
do take exception. Men generally just age so much better than we do. I think we have to
Yeah?
work. Oh my God, yes. You
I don't
guys
know
are
if I
lucky.
agree with that.
I think so. I mean, I just like the way men look when they get older. I just think they age great. Who else did I see recently? And I'm like, shit, he looks so good.
Well, yeah.
in his
look,
60s.
We
and
just showed Clooney. I mean,
I
he
don't-
looks great for his
Oh,
age.
he really does.
Easy does it.
He really does.
Do you watch any of those like superhero movies or anything?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you the
I don't see them all. I don't religiously see them, but I like them when I do see them.
it was a year or two ago that Flash movie came out, a movie about the Flash, and it made headlines because Michael Keaton reprised his Batman role, which was the only reason I saw that movie because Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman. But this movie was god awful, terrible. But look, it's 2 years, so I'm going to tell you the ending. So you've had 2 years to see it, so too bad. So, but what they do in this movie is they show every single version of Batman at one point or another in this movie. Like they even showed Adam West in this
Right.
movie, and they, Val Kilmer, like all these. But except, and you don't even really think about it until the very end of the movie. Flash is in some, alternate universe, and he's gonna have a meeting with Bruce Wayne. So he's at wherever they're having the meeting. He's waiting, and a fancy car pulls up, and they show, the bottom. They see the door open. You see feet, and he starts walking.
So you
The
don't know
camera
who it's gonna
pans
be.
up, and it's Clooney. But I thought he was a good Batman. The movie that he played Batman was terrible.
Right.
But he was fine.
Yeah.
But you forgot all about him. You're watching this movie. You're excited to see Michael Keaton. You've seen all these other super Batman. I totally forgot about Clooney. So at the
Like,
very
what
end,
is
when they,
George Clooney doing?
but then as soon as they show him, like, oh yeah,
Right.
I thought that was classic because his movie was so bad, but yet he gets like the big
cameo.
end
Big
scene.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought that was great, and he is. He just seems like a really cool dude to hang around with.
I agree.
All right, this next one.
Demi Moore.
Yep. Again, another example of surgery. Demi, stop at the surgery. Stop.
You
Like,
know
her
what?
mouth isn't
I
even shaped
think
the same.
Women, listen, I get it. Like these things that happen that, you go, oh, but I don't think the things they do make them look better.
No.
We're never
Not at
going to
all.
look like that again.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. So
Yeah, but I said right. Like I'm agreeing. I don't agree.
no,
I think
it is. Men definitely, and I think I don't really know what it has to do with. I think your skin's a little rougher, so it doesn't maybe sag as much, or bone structure is it's wider and stronger, so it doesn't. The skin holds up better. I don't really know what it is.
But guys aren't looking
But
at that.
men
They don't care
definitely.
about
We
that.
know, and you know what? I know that's true. I know that's true. I know, and we do it. I think mostly for each other. We think it's just it's low self-esteem. That's what it is.
I'm gonna.
Is that you don't finally go, you know what? I am gonna be 60 next year. It's okay.
Well, right.
You know what?
It is
it's
okay.
But for them, they think they have to be, and in most cases, they really do have to be a certain way to get work if they really want to work, which they don't really have to, but
Right.
they still want to. I mean, you got a handful. You got Helen Mirren, you got Meryl Streep. There's one or two others who don't do any of that. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis, and they do get work, and they get good work.
Right.
But there's
Emma
not,
Thompson.
if you figure they make hundreds of movies a year, you're talking about 3. There's not a lot of work up for grabs, and that's why they do it. But it's sad.
It's very sad. There's got to
sad.
be a better.
It's sad.
There must be something else in their life. If they're not getting the work, there must be something else that gives them
Right.
a purpose, I guess. If
There
you will.
has to be. And I will tell you, and it's not even like those 3 actresses that I mentioned are like because they somehow managed to escape the aging thing. They're just embracing it. I mean, Helen Mirren's on this show now called Mobland with Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah.
And it's great.
Really?
It's a Irish mob family in England,
Oh,
right?
I gotta watch that.
Pierce Brosnan's the husband. Helen Mirren is the wife. She's just nasty, no conscience.
Really?
Oh, she's great. She's great.
That's all you got to do is tell me
And
Helen Mirren's
she's-
in it. I'm like,
and
okay.
you know, but she's embracing her age. You know, they
Yeah.
haven't gone out of their way to make her look younger than she is, right?
Right.
And she's in her 70s, maybe even older.
Yeah, she might
could
be older,
80 in her 80s. But she's spicy and bitchy and so interesting and deep, and but she looks how she looks, and she embraces it, and I just
Yep.
love it. It's
Oh,
great.
absolutely.
So that's kind of how I want to be, spicy and dicey, and you know, this
And
is
please,
what it is.
yeah, exactly. Please don't ever. And I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth, Diane. I can't tell you how many guys. Who was that on Tuesdays with you? I swear to you. And I have guys that will get in touch with me Tuesday nights or Wednesdays. Saw the show today. Like I know Mark Hirschman every Tuesday night. Hirsch and the Keeks tonight, by the way. Matt Sarah, MMA fighter. We'll be in the
nice.
studio with
That's
them.
cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool guest. Every night he comes in here. We start setting for the show. Watch the show with Diane today. It's every week.
Stop it.
It's every week. And I go, yeah, you did. All right, in the bad hair department, we have Bono. Look at that mullet.
He looks basically the same, though.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the douchebag department, we got Alec Baldwin.
I don't know. I think he gets a little bit of a bad rap. I don't think he's so douchey.
Oh, I think he's
I don't
douchey.
hate him.
I mean, look at that picture says douche.
I know.
I have a buddy who graduated high school, and he said, yes, even in high school, he was a douche.
Really?
Yeah, honest.
I mean, maybe 80s Alec Baldwin. I don't think. Well, whatever. I don't know him personally, so what do I know?
All right, this one.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold.
I think when we think of Arnold, this is what we think
Arnold.
of. This version of Arnold. Yeah.
He's been doing some really good stuff, though.
Yes, he has.
You know, and he's aged, and but he embraces it. And Pierce Brosnan too, I will say.
Yes.
You think of Pierce Brosnan as this perfectly sculpted, super handsome,
James
right?
Bond, yeah.
And he's scruffy and embracing the age. It's great. It's great. I love it.
I used to love that TV show. I used to love the girl that was on there. Remington Steele.
Remington Steele. Yes.
Yeah, you were going to say Heart to Heart.
No, I
It was
know.
always
Remington
basically the
Steele.
same shit.
Yep.
Heart to Heart. That was my mother, Robert Wagner. My mother can't. She actually met him once, and she was speechless.
Really?
She was also drunk, but no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There's Madonna. Again, Madonna.
Yeah,
What did
that
you
went
do?
bad. That went bad.
Madonna. Another one who's
Murphy.
aged just fine. He looks fantastic
looks
for his
great.
age. And still got it. Bill Murray. Never looked good, but
Yeah, but he is what he is.
right.
You know, that's
Right. No surgeries or anything. This is one of my favorites right here.
Love her.
Oh my God, I love her. Especially in this picture, by the way.
Yep.
But
She's
oh,
also
my goodness.
done some films,
Oh.
great acting, where she was not portrayed in a beautiful way,
Right.
and she didn't care, and she went with it. And
Oh, you don't
Allison
get-
Janney's another one who
Yes.
will do those roles and does them great.
And
I
Meryl
love
Streep.
it. Great. Yeah.
You
Meryl
don't.
Streep.
Yeah, I think those three. I don't know if you get any better
I
actresses than
wonder
those three.
if maybe they hinder when they do all that stuff, and then they think they're not getting work because they're not young anymore, and so they try to look young. And I think maybe it's maybe if you just
Yeah.
be a real older woman, you would get
a
real
good
older
point.
woman parts.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I saw her at Shea once singing the national anthem, and
Really?
I did. I think I was like not upper deck, but the deck below that. But I was still just in a daze just watching her.
Wow.
I think she's beautiful, but as an actor, I think that's what does it for me too. She can just do anything. It's really amazing. Now talk about somebody who ruined themselves.
Yeah, Courtney Cox.
I mean, she was
I
just.
know.
Oh,
She
my
was.
goodness.
I know. Family Ties. Remember?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And this picture is kind of how she looked in the Bruce Springsteen video.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, I mean, that you see her in that video, and that's it. She just rocketed to stardom
That's
after
it.
that. And yeah, now it's like I don't know what we're looking at. Somebody else I think who may have had a little surgery.
No, he looks great.
He does look great. But remember when he was on Saying Elsewhere, like his nose was a little different, his teeth was
I
a
don't
little
really
different.
remember.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
where he
know.
got his start.
And he did that. What's that? The movies he does now. The
the Equalizer.
The Equalizer. Love it.
Yeah, I've only
Love
seen
that
one of
stuff. Love it.
Oh, that's funny.
Love it.
Who else? Who's it? Oh, Whoopi.
Whoopi's kind of just letting herself age.
Yeah.
You know, I have no issue with her. I think she's embracing the age too, and that's fine with me.
And she's recently lost weight, and she kind of looked kind of sexy to me.
Just she's getting healthier.
Is that
you know,
what it is? Yeah.
as you get older, yeah. I mean,
She was great in her day too,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
The Color Purple and her stand-up work,
Yep.
amazing. Here we go, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
So 40 years ago, that would be before Silence of the Lambs, which even in this, I don't know how old he is, but even in this picture, he
He's
looks
in his
older.
80s, I
Is
think.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably around
In his
our age
40s.
in this picture, but
Right,
another
that's-
tremendous.
The 80s are 40 years ago.
Yeah.
More-
Oh, so you're right. So he's younger.
80s are 40 years ago. It's
goodness.
crazy. I know.
And all right, in the looking the same department,
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, who
looks exactly the same.
But this next person looks even more exactly the same than Jim Carrey does.
Okay.
This man,
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
he has
He's
not
just
aged.
scary looking to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know
He
what's
plays that scary part. Like, you're never
Oh.
going to see him play anybody warm and fuzzy. I
No.
would be shocked. And if he does, he's going to get an Oscar because
But that's the thing.
he just
He-
wouldn't.
But he looks. I think in real life, that's exactly what he is. Like he seems to be like a fun-loving guy. Like he's just enjoying himself playing these, like Christopher Walken.
He's got that look. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But they're nothing like that in real life.
Because have you ever seen Christopher Walken dance? Holy
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
So you know he's a fun guy. Because you
Absolutely.
can't dance like that and not be a fun guy.
Right.
Right?
And let's not forget, more cowbell.
That's
Christopher Walken.
That was great.
Mhm.
I just saw that recently. That's funny too.
Oh, yeah?
I remember, yeah.
Did you ever see? There's a movie William Dafoe, Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Holy cow!
I know.
Holy cow! That movie is something.
Uh-huh.
Wow. I think we just talked about it. Yeah, there she is, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee.
This picture could have been taken yesterday. I mean, granted, her hair is
She's right.
is
and
gray
that's
now,
all
but
she's really just kind of
if
embraced.
she colored her hair, though, you would think this picture was taken yesterday. She looks exactly the same and still as sexy as ever.
Julia Roberts is another one I think is still
Yes.
stunningly beautiful. But
Yes.
she's playing some of those parts that are older. And she does such a great job.
Yep,
She's
I agree
great. But I
completely.
just saw her. We just watched Ocean's 11 last night.
Oh,
She's so beautiful in that
in
movie.
that movie, she
right?
is, and that is one of my favorite movies.
My God.
I can watch that over and over. Did I ever tell you my Andy Garcia story?
No, I don't think you did.
So I've talked about my friend in England, the musician.
Yes.
In 2000, Elio.
Elio,
Yeah.
please.
In 2016, in fact, he still does it every year at St Andrews in Scotland. That's like the golf capital of the world. It's like the biggest and best golf course. I'm assuming that's where golf started. So every year, every October, there's like a high-end fundraiser. You know, we're talking millions, and they have like special auctions and stuff, and all these celebrities are there. If you're into golf, it's like,
The place to be.
and I don't know golf, so I'm hobnobbing with these guys. I had some of the biggest golfers
Oh,
in the world,
that's
and I had
great.
no idea when I went in 2016. I was more excited because Elio plays it. Him and his band play this fundraiser every year, and because it's such a big high end thing, they get special guests to join them.
That's great.
So the year that I went was Mike Rutherford from Genesis and Mike and the Mechanics.
Okay.
And I'm a huge Genesis fan, so that was like I couldn't believe it. It's like British rock royalty. Huey Lewis.
Okay.
Me and him sat and talked baseball.
Oh, cool.
What? Yeah, one of the coolest guys, but also very professional. Like he made sure, like you got this, you got that. What about this over here? We got to make sure that
Everything's done right.
Yes,
Yeah.
but so cool about it. The drummer from Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Tico Torres. Some other guy from some boy band in England, and Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia. So I get there early. Elio said, "Look, you come as my entourage, but if anybody asks, you work for me." But so Sally and I went, but we ended up did working. Like we were helping set up the instruments. We were helping with sound check.
Oh, good.
The saxophone player was having a problem with the instrument. Sally took saxophone lessons in high school, so she knew like all the ins and outs. So she knew what to get. So she made the phone calls, and it was delivered immediately. The sound guy for this thing, I don't know where this guy came from. This guy had no clue what he was doing. So I'm over there working the board with him, trying to straighten it all
They
out.
probably have people donating their time since it's a fundraiser.
Could be.
Right.
But we ended up, we were coming just, Elliot just wanted to bring us, and he knew how much I liked Huey Lewis and Mike Rutherford. But we ended up actually working, and working with all the people that, all the behind-the-scenes people. We need this, we need that. Okay, Tony, you're Elio's guy. Make sure, does he have this? Does he want it? What about this? I was like, all right, yeah, make sure he has this.
So you really got to be rubbing elbows. You were
completely,
right there. Yeah.
Completely. So, so we're at sound check, and all of a sudden I happen to notice this guy. He's got this big fedora on, covering his face. He's got like the long Columbo detective coat, and he's just like stumbling in. And immediately I'm like, is this guy where'd this guy come from? And is he drunk? Does he belong here? Takes the coat off, throws it on the conga drums, just throws his hat to the floor. It's Andy Garcia. He gets to the congas, and they're playing. In fact, I remember the song they were playing, "Feeling All Right."
Okay.
And Huey Lewis is singing. Andy Garcia is just.
Is he drunk?
And I am. I'm wondering. Is this guy drunk? What is going on? He didn't even say hi to anybody. He just went right to the congas when he got there, and sure enough, I see Elio. He's playing.
And he looks up to see.
Because he hears the congos.
So that wasn't supposed to be like that. Okay.
So they finish the song, and the Joe Cocker version, Romeo. We're talking about Joe Cocker. The Joe Cocker version of that song. Towards the end, there is like a little drum percussion. Not a solo, but one part of the song where that's all you hear. So we get to that part, and Elio's like, Andy! And he's still just... like, it was just a mess. But it's Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So what are you going to do? It's Andy Garcia.
The song ends. They go over. They say hello. They're talking. So
Look, they're still getting to look at Jamie Curtis.
Jeez, I didn't even realize. Sorry.
I mean, not bad at all.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Who's going to complain, really?
So we do. So we finish sound check. Everybody goes back, hotel or wherever they're doing. It's now the event. Andy Garcia still is just. However, again, this is a high end thing. So there's all sorts of beautiful women, with money. Some of them, I'm sure, had work. But they're everywhere. And so many of these women. Andy Garcia stayed up there for at least 90 minutes.
Just doing that.
Yeah. So every time, and he would be like this too. He wasn't even looking up, like he would just be. But every time one of these women, like they would stand in front of him to get and their husbands, whoever, would take a picture of them with,
right.
They want to get a picture.
They would
with,
get in front. Yeah.
Every time it was a gorgeous woman.
Really?
I swear to you, as soon as the picture is done, he went right back.
He strikes me, and I know nothing about him, but and maybe it's just because of the parts that he plays, he strikes me as like he would be a douche.
Yeah. Well, here's the final piece of this night, and I've told the story before. So, yeah. So Elio's playing, and Mike Rutherford's sitting in the whole night. Huey Lewis is up there the whole night. Andy Garcia's up there the whole night. But I would say it was probably around midnight is like all the events of the night, like the auctions, whatever they had planned, all the festivities are over. The celebrities aren't sitting with the band anymore. They're, it's just Elio and the band just playing. People are dancing. So at this point, we had strict instructions. Don't take pictures. Don't do this. Don't be a star fucker.
Right.
But it's now 2:00 in the morning, and some of these guys are still hanging around, and it's loose, and the important people have left. So Andy Garcia's there. He's actually talking to Tico Torres, the Bon Jovi drummer. The two of them are just talking. So we're like, screw it. I got a picture of Mike Rutherford. I got pictures with Huey when we were talking baseball. But these guys are just sitting at a table, just two of them. So I was like, guys, I hope it's okay. I said, can we just take a quick picture? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Great. Because at this point I had a rapport, because I was working with them all night. So we get in front. I'm holding the camera out. So it's me. I think me and Sally were in the middle. Andy Garcia's on her side and Tico's on my side. I think that's how it went. I took the picture. So then she turns to Andy Garcia. She's like, thank you very much. We really had a great night. You good? No. Okay. She's like, thank you very much. Thanks for the picture and thanks for everything. We had a great night. And I swear to you, and I'm not going to touch you, but he went, oh, you're so welcome. Just like that.
Really?
I swear to you. And he walks away. Both of them walk away.
All right.
And I turned to Sally. I go, did I just see what I think I saw? She goes, and she's giggling. She goes, yeah. I go, should I be mad? She goes, no, it's Andy Garcia.
No.
I swear.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think he was gracious, and
No, but he really like.
Oh, did he touch you?
Yo,
oh,
her.
was like,
No.
Oh, he did it to her?
Yeah, to her. That's what I'm.
All right,
That's why I said.
I didn't really get
That's
that.
why I said I'm not going to touch you. I was just
Oh,
demonstrating.
okay.
Oh no,
All
he
right.
totally went.
Oh, he
And-
gave her a feel.
And I'm not.
He copped a feel, man.
And to be quite honest, I'm not being negative or trying to make fun. But Sally, she's, they're
Okay,
they're
that's
big.
not negative.
Right.
He
right.
wanted to feel 'em.
I didn't want to.
Maybe he should have asked first, though. I feel like
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
And you
to her.
know
Am I
what?
supposed to be mad?
I think in the same situation, like, what would I do? And it would probably be over, and then I'd be thinking about it late. Like, it'd be like, oh,
Right.
what was that?
Right.
But there would be no reaction, right?
Right.
It would just. So I get that, because and it always depends on who it is, right? Because somebody will be like, "Oh, that's gross," but if it was, and I always say, "Yeah, well, if it was Robert Redford, would it be gross? If it was George Clooney, would it be gross? If it was
Right.
Brad Pitt, would it be gross?" So, yeah.
So if
I mean,
George Clooney, if he actually said to you, Diane, I'm just going to rub your tit, you'd be like, go ahead, George.
Here you go.
Well, I got to bring that up more
George
often so I can see
Clooney.
Diane go like that.
Come
Wow.
on.
Really? Okay.
I'm not
cool,
really
okay.
Against nudity. I don't find nudity to be shocking in any way.
No,
I don't,
me neither. I agree
And
100%.
No, nobody should be touching anybody.
Right,
I don't-
that's the thing.
I don't ever touch people's babies or even their dogs without asking.
Even their
permission
dogs.
first. We have a lot of people come into Subaru. They bring their dogs because that's a big thing. Subaru loves pets. We run all kinds of things. We have all kinds of dog-friendly contraptions for the cars that we sell and offer, and we have like rescue events where we have a rescue come with their dogs and try to get them adopted. So
Nice.
they do lots of things with pets, and so people always bring their dogs when they're buying cars or for service all the time. And some of them are just adorable, and I always go, oh, look at this sweet baby from far away, and then I say, is it okay? Can I? Because some dogs are just not okay to pet,
Well,
and
true.
you shouldn't assume.
Right.
And then they'll say yes, and then I'll get down on the floor and play with them. But I don't touch people's dogs or their kids without asking. And if they say I can touch they have a cute baby or something, I mean, as far as I go is like I'll tickle the bottom of their
Right.
foot. I don't, I don't like people touching babies. Now, my kids, when they were little, I would hand them over to anyone.
Yeah,
There
please
there
take them.
wasn't, It just wasn't that whole,
Yeah,
we
me
weren't
neither.
afraid of people. It's
Yeah.
a different time now. I get it. But at the time, that never really bothered me.
I had a dog. He was a pit bull terrier mix, if I remember right. Definitely had pit. You could see it in his face. But this dog was the sweetest. I loved this dog. Miss him terribly. And we were having rehearsal for Murder Mysteries in the house. And there was this one girl who had been in the cast for a few months. But she's also, at the time, a dog sitter. And the dog's name was Manny. He was 75 pounds, and he was solid.
Solid, right?
Such a great dog. And she's sitting on the couch, and the dog runs up to her, and so she's petting him. She starts rubbing his belly, and I swear to you, talking about, getting touched and whatnot, she's rubbing his belly, and she kind of, like, as she's rubbing...
Rubbed over his private area.
Yeah, but, like, not on accident. Like, she
thought so.
hit it, and then it would go back, and then it would go back to it.
No.
And I...
Not like, oops.
No, it wasn't an oops at all. She kept going back, and she didn't grab it, but open palm against it. And
That's a little weird.
Right. And
that's weird.
At the time, I have a close friend of mine. His name is Sal. He was working with me at the time, and I just looked over at him. And he gave me like a little...
Oh, so it was, yeah.
We were like,
that's weird.
What is that? Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. I can see, like you said, an accident, and then you go, and then go back to whatever you're
Right.
doing. But that's just weird.
All right, but the bottom line is you would let George Clooney... Now, all right, you would let George Clooney, but if... I don't know, but if Mark Hirschman walked in...
First of all,
you'd
it's
be like,
never going
ew.
to happen. Second of all, it's just in theory. But I don't know. I mean,
yeah, and again, being okay with nudity, I'm with
don't
you.
know.
I'm definitely
I don't
okay with
know.
nudity when you're in here.
I mean,
But-
I will tell you, if Salma Hayek came up to Anthony and said, "Here you go, touch," of course I would be like, "See
Yeah.
what they feel like."
Absolutely.
How could you not?
She's another one. She's starting to have surgery. Have you seen her lately?
Yeah.
It makes me mad. Oh,
yeah.
she was something. But yeah, so all right. But so I'm gonna. Yeah. So if Mark walked in, you'd be like, "Ew, no." But Clooney walks in. All right, we're gonna.
Get me ready. Like if you know Clooney's coming,
I'll let you know, yeah.
I need a little notice.
Maybe I'll send him your picture. Maybe that'll get him to come. All right, so I only had a few of these left. We were talking about Meryl Streep.
Looks
yeah, look at
beautiful
that.
still.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
And who you were talking about a few minutes ago?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. Yeah.
Helen Mirren, who there looks a little like she's got a little bit of Meg Ryan happening there.
Oh, I was thinking Mrs. Roper.
Yes. Did I show you my mom was in Florida with my sister a couple weeks ago, and they went someplace for lunch, and there was a Mrs. Roper convention, and everybody, including all the men, were dressed as Mrs. Roper.
Mrs. Roper convention?
Yes. I'm going to show you while you're talking.
Was this a drag queen thing? Like
it was just a Mrs. Roper
Mrs.
convention.
Roper convention. I met Mrs. Roper.
You did?
I was up in Massachusetts.
Look, my sister sent me that. Everybody in the place was dressed as Mrs. Roper. Isn't that great?
That is crazy.
I know.
Yeah, let me show. Look.
She said, "Look,
That's
it's a Mrs.
hilarious.
Roper convention." I know.
That
It's
is
funny
hilarious.
that you would say Mrs. Roper because
I went to go see a play. I was up in the Berkshires in Massachusetts, and they have a little area, little district that's kind of like Broadway.
Where was this?
In the Berkshires, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
In the play was Ralph Waite, who was the father in the Waltons.
Okay, yep, I know who he is.
I met him after the show. Turns out he's from Garden City. I had no idea. I had no idea he was a Long Islander. But at the theater, right next to me, was Mrs. Roper. I don't even know her real name. She was right next to me. And her husband, and, go full circle here, we mentioned Shawshank, James Whitmore. I had no idea they were married. I had no idea.
Yes.
And I'm sitting right next to him. So I was mostly talking to him. He was delightful. She was too, but I didn't realize till intermission that at the time she must have been kind of losing it because she turned to him during intermission. And I remember even thinking, as I'm talking to him, there were times she was just kind of sitting there. And I couldn't figure out, is she a bitch or is she just distracted? Sure enough, during intermission, she was saying some things to him that made me believe, oh, okay, she's starting to go. Towards the end of intermission, she actually turned to him. She goes, I don't know what this show's about. And he actually sat there and started explaining it to her, which I thought was so nice. Then we watched the rest of the show, and then, very nice people. Very nice people. Okay, so we did Helen Mirren. Oh, we did. And then, of course, how can we show pictures from the 80s without showing Jane?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was something, huh?
Those workout videos were huge. You remember that stuff? So, all right, so that's that. All right, so and of course our big segment Tuesday Trivia. We're about to start. I'm just gonna do comments here, and then we'll get to Tuesday Trivia.
There have to be so many. We have been ignoring. There's just a lot to cover. I can't be absent again.
That's true.
I have to stop that.
Absolutely right. It's a bad thing.
I got to take this.
Oh, okay.
It's
all right.
okay.
Go ahead. I'm going to read comments
Hello?
right there. All right. So Ruciello, Anthony is a super guy. He doesn't like you. Oh, that's fine. Mickey says, John, your wife is smoking hot. Wow. Oh, Carol knew that was Denzel. Oh, Vicky knew that was Morgan Freeman. Oh, you guys were just guessing who was. Oh, so Bosie thought it was Melissa Gilbert too. Okay. Everything good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
Oh, okay. Bosie, yeah, it must be the Nicole Kidman picture. That's my guess, because Bosie also thought it was.
My sister thought it was Laura Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie. That's
Melissa Gilbert.
Yeah, Melissa
right.
Gilbert. Yeah.
Yeah, Bosie thought the same thing. That's what most of the comments are. Just
okay.
Just people reacting to the photos. I thought Nicole Kidman was Amy Adams. Actually, it does look like a little Amy Adams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bosie says John Stamos has great hair.
He
Okay.
does.
Oh, is that
So
another
does
one of yours?
George Clooney.
Vicky, it's also they are held to a different standard in their field.
Men and women. I agree with that.
Yeah, which is a shame.
But I think that what women think the remedy is kind of the opposite of what they really should be doing. I think that they're making a mistake.
Agreed.
They're not
100%.
making themselves look better.
Right.
And they're not, and they don't look younger. That's the thing. They're trying to look younger, right? But they just look like old women who did something to them. Like they don't look younger.
I want to know who these people are that's telling them they look good.
They don't look younger.
They
I
look
know.
ridiculous.
I guess I think the idea is, why are you trying to look younger? Why don't you just try to look the best
Yes.
version of what you really are?
Agreed. 100%.
Right? So everybody wants to look good, but, look good as a 60-year-old or a 70-year-old or older, not try to be younger than you are.
Meanwhile, they do look good. I think that's part of my issue.
I know. It's low self-esteem. And can you imagine being famous like that and adored and rich and still having low self-esteem? That gotta suck.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, fine, you have all your money, and I'm sure you get to enjoy that money, but it's just certain things it doesn't buy. And a lot of these people are still just miserable bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Zimbalist. Right. Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
your wife looks like her too.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even think of that one.
Carol Miner, Pierce looks good letting himself get older. He is so mean on Mobland. It scares me, says Vicky. Says Carol.
She's meaner though. Maeve,
Yeah?
the wife, Helen Mirren, is just mean. And I love that they use the word cunt all the time.
Really?
Like, it's 100 times in the show. Everybody's a cunt. She's a
Wow.
cunt. He's a cunt. They're a cunt. That's a very British thing, right?
You're right.
Irish,
Yes.
British.
Yes, it is.
And she is the worst. She's like the devil with no conscience. It's great. She's so great.
I just like hearing Diane say it. That was kind of cool.
I like they say cunt.
Kunt.
Kunt.
Kunta Kinte. Vicky says, I can't believe Glenn Close has never won an Oscar. Is that true? I didn't know that.
I don't know.
How is that? Yeah, how is that
she's great,
possible?
though.
Give her a lifetime achievement
She
or something.
might. She's still got life in her.
True. Carol Miner, women lose more estrogen, collagen, and it changes everything, especially our face, thins out our lips, etc. We will never look like we did in our youth. Men and women, we just try to hang on to youth. Which is weird to me. I mean, like, Carol, I've known you our whole lives. I think you look better than ever.
Yeah.
You know?
I think holding on to youth should be more about your health and your,
Right. Yeah, true.
And what you can do, and rather than, what this looks
Ugh.
like. Yeah, I don't.
Romeo says he would drink Jamie Lee Curtis's bathwater.
Go, Romeo.
Scott is here. Hey, put Jamie Lee Curtis back on the screen. I was almost finished. Mickey says, I broke the rule, Tony. Bad Tony. What rule did I break? What did I do?
I don't know.
Kenny Freeberg, he says more like Handy Garcia. Yeah, true.
That's a weird story.
Yeah. Vicky says, wonder Roger Lindley. That's Mrs. Roper's name. Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's time, because we're running out of time, to play some Tuesday trivia. All you got to do is play. Doesn't matter if your answers are right or wrong. All you got to do is play. And if you ever want to see a show here at Governor's, you let me know. And because you played, I will get you in to most of the shows here. I can't get you into all, but I get you into most. So I'm going to ask 10 questions. I don't give the answers out yet. I'll let you guys answer. Diane's going to answer. You guys put your answers in the comments. And then after I ask the 10, we go back, ask them again, go over everybody's answers, and tell you the correct answer. I've had allergies for like the past week. It's just killing me. My
A couple
throat.
of days I had to take a Sudafed because I had a headache, but otherwise I've been okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing it. All right, question number 1. Let's just see how good you really are.
Okay.
Subaru, a Japanese car manufacturer, has a name and logo inspired by what?
Well, it's a constellation. It's it's a constellation of stars.
But it actually has a name and a nickname.
Orion, or I don't know.
Okay. Subaru was the first Japanese automaker to produce cars in the United States. With a plant, where was the first plant in the United States?
Is it in Indiana?
Indiana, she says.
I could be wrong.
Okay, moving on. Many famous singer-songwriters wrote songs for the Monkees.
Mm-hmm.
Out of these following names, which one did not write a song for them?
Okay.
Carole King, Paul McCartney, Neil Diamond, Harry Nilsson. It's quite a list.
I'm going to say Paul McCartney did not write a song for the Monkees.
Okay. Question number 4. What is Tom Hanks' middle name?
I have no idea.
Want to take a guess?
Tom, I'll say Richard because that's my dad's name. Tom and my brother.
Good
Thomas,
guess.
Richard, and my nephew.
What state is called the bear state? Not bare naked, the animal. Or at least spelled like the animal. Which state is called the bear state?
I'm going to just guess and say Wyoming.
Question number 6. How many World Series have the Mets won?
3?
3?
2? I know 2 for sure.
2 is final answer?
2.
Good. Name a player who has played on both the Mets and Yankees. Come on, that's easy.
I know.
There's one currently playing on the Mets.
I know Juan Soto, but I was trying to think of like what. I think David Cohn played for both, didn't he?
David Cohn. Okay. Okay. Name the band who had a #1 hit with the song "A Whiter Shade of Pale."
And so
Great song. You ever sing that one?
What?
Have you ever sung that one, like with a band or something?
Probably. I don't remember.
Right? You can't. You don't. You're not. You can't even like name every song or like you don't even know. You've sang so many songs. Like if I do titles, you're like, I don't know.
I might have sung
Oh,
it. I mean, I know that one. Oh God, I know the answer to this.
It's
but
a
I
weird
should-
name.
I know.
They had a few good songs. These guys.
Continue,
Okay.
and I'll see if it comes to me.
Question number 9. Give me the definition of the word lithe.
Lithe.
Lithe. L-I-T-H-E. L-I-T-H-E. Lithe.
I don't really know what it means.
It's you.
That could be so many things.
It doesn't mean kunt.
Quint.
Okay, question number 10. The average man, I think I've asked this before. The average man sees how many women a day that he would like to sleep with? Is it 5%? Oh, no, sorry. Is it 5 women a day, 15, or 25? The average man sees how many women a day he would like to sleep with? 5, 15, or 25?
I think it's 5. I think men are more discerning than we give them credit for.
I think you're right about that. Okay, very nice. We're right on time.
And I'm
here.
going to know the answer to that whitest shade of pale
Yeah, I
question
think so.
when you say it.
Yeah,
but
I think
just
so.
can't think of it right now.
Let's see, where are we here? Okay. Subaru, a Japanese car manufacturer, has a name and logo inspired by. Diane said the Orion. Vicky says it's the Southern Cross. No. Carol says she loves being a Subaru girl. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
And I don't think anybody else answered it. Okay. It's inspired by the Pleiades. Pleiades? Pleiades star. The Pleiades star cluster, also known as the Seven Sisters.
Okay. Did know Seven Sisters. Okay.
Subaru was the first Japanese automaker to produce cars in the United States, with their first plant being where? Vicky says Detroit. Okay. And yeah, I think. Oh, and Romeo has the same answer as you, which was?
Indiana.
That would be the correct answer. Opened in 1989. I didn't realize it's been that short. I thought they were around longer. Many famous singer-songwriters wrote songs for the Monkees. Out of the following names, which one did not write for them? Carole King, Paul McCartney, Neil Diamond, Harry Nilsson. John says hasty. I don't know what you're referring to. All right. Vicky says McCartney. And that's it. Oh, that's weird. What's going on here? You also said Paul McCartney.
I did.
Correct answer.
Yay, Vicky! Woohoo!
What is Tom Hanks' middle name? You said
Richard.
incorrect. Vicky said Chester. Or maybe that's what John wrote hasty to? I'm not really sure. Tom Hanks' middle name is Jeffrey.
Okay.
Jeffrey,
Would have
Jeffrey,
never
stop that,
guessed
Jeffrey, Jeffrey, come back here, Jeffrey. Remember that?
No.
Bill Cosby, the bit being on the plane and the woman had the bratty kid. It kept everybody up. And she's like, Jeffrey, Jeffrey, come back here, Jeffrey, 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 come, Jeffrey.
Was it a comedy bit? Like
Yeah.
one of his bits? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No.
Bill Cosby himself. Remember that one? That's the one with the dentist. And
Yes, the dentist I remember.
Fiber in my mouth. Yeah. Which state is called the Bear State? You said?
I said Wyoming.
That's incorrect. Vicky and Ann both said California. John said Alaska. That is incorrect as well. Okay. It is Arkansas.
Huh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that either.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
How many World Series did the Mets win? You said
2.
That's amazing how you got that. That would be the correct answer. Vicky got it too. And I don't see anybody else answering that one. Okay. Name a player who played on both the Mets and Yankees. You actually named 2.
David Cohn, Juan Soto.
There you go. They both, yes. David Cohn, actually, well, he had 2 stints with the Mets. He may have had 2 stints with the Yankees too. Rusciello said Yogi Berra. That's correct as well.
I was going to say Yogi.
Vicky said she'll steal Diane's answer for baseball. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Todd Zeal, Lee Mazzilli.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a whole bunch. Which band had a #1 hit with the song "A Wider Shade of Pale"? Let's see. Ann Rothney got it. Vicky got it. That's all. Yeah, that's all I see. Procol Harum.
Procol Harum. I did know that.
I thought you were gonna hit me.
Ah, man. I did know it.
Yeah.
I hate
Definition.
when that happens.
Definition of the word lithe. See, even the way you said it was
Live.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Vicky says it means bubbly. And then Romeo says it means a thin person. Okay. All right, they're both on the right track. Slim and full of grace.
Wow. Okay. I kind of, yeah. All right. That makes sense.
And that's why I said it's like you.
Aw, thank you, but.
Okay, and the last question.
I don't think I'm either thin or graceful,
Oh,
but
what,
okay.
Are you kidding me? My goodness. The average man sees how many women a day that he would like to sleep with. How many women are we talking? 5, 15, or 25? Diane said 5. Vicky said 15.
I think the expectation is it's going to be a high number, but I have more
Yeah.
faith that you guys are pickier than you let on.
This one guy, Romeo, says 15, and also agrees it's 5. And yes, you and Ann are correct. It's 5. How many? Well, I was going to ask how many do you think women, but then you'd be answering it for yourself, and I don't want to put you in that boat.
No. I don't think
Most
when they say
women don't
that you'd
think like us.
to sleep with, probably not. But you go, like you ever play that game with yourself, like would I or wouldn't I, right? So I mean, but I think 5 a day is probably pushing it. I don't think there's that many.
Do you ever?
It would be a lot.
Have you ever done that when you see a one-legged guy? Okay, so
You know what? Honestly, that does not even come into play in the.
that's how far off. That's how much of a no the answer is. Oh no,
that's not true. It would never have a bearing one way or another. You know who I did do it with recently, and I'm not going to tell you the answer to the question, but
Okay.
I did. You know who I find like really kind of sexy, but Peter Dinklage.
Oh, a lot of people say that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I think if I was single, and there would just be no reason why I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
Okay, there we have it.
Have you ever played Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Yes, I have.
Would you Should we do that next week?
Sure, we can do that.
All right, we'll play
I'll
some
do that
fun.
with you.
Did that start on Howard?
I'll play
Isn't
with.
that-
It might be, but
Yeah,
I
it
would
might-
play that. That's
All
fine.
right. All right. Well, so
I
we'll
would
do
do
that
that.
next week.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Time to go. Peter Schwartz is going to be in here in a half hour. In studio guest. Grimes. What's Andrea? Andrea Grimes, I believe is her first name. She was on Channel 2. She's been a newscaster.
Oh, cool.
On several different stations. She's been out of the game for like a year or so, I think, for family reasons, I believe. So this is her first appearance back on some kind of media, and over a year she'll be in the studio with Peter, and they'll be, I guess, talking sports, and who knows what they're going to do. But it's always a good time with Peter Schwartz. So that's in a half hour. So come on, grab your lunch and come on back. And then tonight, like we said, Hersey and the Keegs, MMA fighter Matt Sarrell will be here. Very exciting. That's going to be really cool. Looking forward to that as well. Coffee with the Dog tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then me and Michael will be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Woohoo!
That'll do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She's
Fun.
the best.
Good to be back.
All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.